Steve, despite the scoreline, that must have been as comfortable as you could have hoped for?
Yeah, it was pretty comfortable, probably for about 50-60 minutes, and probably the last sort of 6 or 7 we were pretty disappointed with, and probably spoke about in the change rooms that for 50 minutes. I think that was a real good tactical display of the team. Well, we'd done what we practiced, which was real positive, but we do feel a real sense of disappointment in the change rooms. We feel we burnt probably a good few opportunities, and then to concede 2 tries at the end doesn't represent where we've set the standards.
I understand why you make changes, but was that partly responsible for you taking your foot off the throttle, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think our bench has been really positive, and I'm not singling the bench boys out for that, because I think some of them come on and done pretty well. I think it was just more the fact of we burnt a few opportunities, some clear line breaks, and probably we bombed one right before half time as well. But it's something that I think what we set ourselves is to be better every week. We've trained pretty well, and for 50 minutes I thought we were in total control of a game, which is a real positive. But we sat there, it's great to see a young group who are still learning and who are far from the finished article, disappointed in the fact of conceding 2 tries and maybe bombing 1 or 2.
If anyone had said 6 out of 6 at the start of the season for the Pro 12 campaign, there'd be few outside your camp who would have expected that, really.
Yeah, look, it's a great start for us, and the start is all it is. It is great to end this sort of block with 6 victories, which is something really pleasing. And I know there's a lot spoken about in writing us off, then all of a sudden we're a fantastic team or whatever, but it's somewhere in the middle, I think, is about fair. And I think we are getting better. There's patches of real good from us, but our young boys are improving week in, week out, and there will be that lapse at some point, but it's nice that 6 games in that we're still unbeaten.
For you, what have been the key messages in that success so far?
I think there's competition within the squad. Even though it's young, they're desperate to learn, and you've got amazing role models in the fact of you've got Alan Wynne, you've got Biggs, Webby, you've got people who are still young men themselves who are desperate to be better. You've got Duncan, who is always helping others. The young boys don't think they come to work and think everything's rosy in the garden. They want to improve week in, week out, and everyone's supportive, really challenging. I think the group are challenging each other more now than they've ever done. I think even when we come away with the victory from Munster, the Monday morning debrief isn't pretty and around the amount of penalties we give away. Don't get me wrong, there is that sense of well done in the fact of 6 games, but they're eager to get better, which I think is something that's really pleasing in our character.
And that bigger Webb half-back partnership, how likely do you think they are to be playing together for Wales next month?
Yeah, I think they've really put their hands up. I think the performances over the last 6 games have been outstanding. I think the way they come to work is a real pleasure. Every time they come in, they're all desperate to be better themselves, but also they're demanding standards of the group, and they're not going as fast as the slowest man, and they work really well together. And I think at the minute they're on top of the game, and they're running our game and putting us in positions where it's hard for people to get at us.
Dan Baker, another Welsh prospect who looks impressive at the moment, is he going to be putting serious pressure on Faletau, do you think, for the shirt?
I think obviously Toby is world class, number 8. Dan is showing some real good signs and real good moments in games. I think he's still got a fair bit to get to Toby's sort of standard, but we are really happy with Daniel, and Morgan's putting pressure on him underneath. So yeah, we feel we're pretty comfortable in that sort of situation, and Dan knows his strengths, and there's just a couple of things he needs to keep working on, but he is sort of knocking at the door, which is great.
And looking forward now into Europe, Treviso, a side you've already beaten here fairly convincingly.
Yeah, I think that they've run corner close on the weekend, so they will improve. They've got a few boys back. Favreau and Zani are back in the back row, who are 2 outstanding back row forwards. But it's something that we know in around this competition, it does go up notch, and we need to be better than we were tonight to get where we need to be. And if we get opportunities, we know in the Champions Cup, the opportunities don't come round very often. And when we got opportunities to score, we need to take them. And then if we get what we need come Sunday, there'll be a real test, because when you go to Northampton, you may only have 1 or 2 opportunities. You will have to take those.
Yeah, that really is going to be a yardstick to measure progress by, isn't it, that game?
Yeah, it is. It's you can see it in up and coming, but it'd be really disrespectful to Treviso. We're not a group that looks too far ahead. We are concentrating on Treviso, because if we are not where we need to be, I don't think we're a team that can be sort of 10 or 15% off with the youth and with some inexperience and things. We need to be at the best we can be every week, and that would be no different. If we're a little bit off against Treviso, they've got some players that can really hurt you.
What do you think of Jeff Hassler?
I didn't think he had much of the ball in the sort of the first half, but look, he's great for us. He's we know we get him with Jeff, and more importantly, people see him sort of running or trying to run through brick walls for us week in, week out, but there's more to him than that. You just see how he's come over and developed. He was unknown when he come to us, and the amount of work he puts in off the field is exceptional. Him and Tyler have come over. They're like sponges. They pick up everything. They want to learn. They're keen to get better. He's got a good sense of humour, old Jeff, in fairness, but I think it's a big part in the back needs to go to Gibbo and Griffin, how they put time and effort into developing these guys as well.
Steve, are you optimistic you can reach the quarterfinals in Europe?
I haven't really thought about that far ahead, if I'm honest. It's something that we are going into Treviso. We need to get the win against Treviso first, and I think when we go to Northampton, that'll be a true test of where we are. But ultimately, we've got to win games, and you've got to win them well, in particular at home. Going up against the sides like Northampton, Racing Metro, they are true tests. You look at the squads they've got, the finances they've got, and things like that. It will be a true test for us. It's something that we can't wait to get into, but at the end of the day, if we are starting thinking about those and we take our eye off Treviso, then we are not a team that can take our eye off the ball.
Are you daunted by it, Steve, or excited by it?
Excited,
yeah.
Definitely excited. It's not something, I don't think that's in Osprey nature to be daunted. We understand the task we'll be going. We'll be severe underdogs going to Northampton, and you can see like the squad they've got. At the end of the day, like they're always challenging in England, and the players they've got, the finances, the support. But it's something it's going to be a great experience for our young boys. But going up there and challenging ourselves against the best, that's where you want to be. We went to Saracens in the summer. That was a real good experience for us. I know there's a lot written around the scoreboard and when we went there, but we had a good understanding in around where we need to be, and we need to be above 100% when we go to Northampton. But like I say, this group won't be thinking about Northampton. We need to get Treviso out the way first.
How does it feel to be the last unbeaten side in Europe?
Griff mentioned that earlier. I'm really not someone that is into all that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great that we're 6 games in and we're unbeaten. But I just want to win the next game. It's something that us as a group, they keep their feet on the ground, and Gibbo and Griff do a real good job at with the team. So it's something they'll be working hard come Tuesday. It's a great, start in 6 games, but it ain't going to count for nothing unless you go and win other games, and it's only a start to the season.
What do you make of the Blues?
I didn't think probably for the first 50 minutes we allowed them to play. I thought tactically we were pretty smart, and we got on top of them. Like with Biggs, he knocks the goals over. He can take the scoreboard away from you pretty early. So yeah, we are slightly disappointed, and we felt we let him back in and we weren't ruthless enough towards the back half hour. But yeah, it's just we are just pretty pleased with our performance.